Welcome to another S&P 500 analysis. Today is November 15, 2022. In today's S&P 500 recap, we're going to look at the S&P 500 ETF and the Emini S&P 500 future contract, the SPY and the ES respectively. Stay tuned. Now let's take a look at this internal chart. You can see that the up volume is outnumbered the down volume with an up-down volume ratio of 3-to-1 in favor of the up volume in the New York Stock Exchange. And the NASDAQ is also 3-to-1 and close to 3-to-1 for the Russell 2000. The other thing is, remember we talked about from the previous video is the advanced decline. This is totally the opposite picture of yesterday. Yesterday we have decliners outnumber the advancer. Today the advancer is outnumber the decliners. Okay, so and also the tick is positive today on the cumulative ticks. And notice that this right here on the S&P 500 actually went negative when that news, the Russian missile landed on Poland and killed a couple people. You see there's negative, but we know from the internal that with a positive advanced decline and a positive cumulative tick, this negative territory will not hold. As you can see that it actually came back up and moved above it and formed a double bottom here. And then it just progressed up back up to this near the open here, although it did not finish at the high, but it finished with a gain. So once again, the internal kind of give us a clue of what to expect. And if you are looking for opportunity to get long on this market today, then this was your chance right here, because it also give you this divergence showing that the S&P 500 went negative with the internal all showing positive. On this E-mini S&P 500 chart here, you can see that the ES is pretty much in a responsive selling mode soon as after the open here. Try to balance here until the news that the Russian missile have landed in Poland and killed 2 people. Then you saw the market sold off and came down here and put in a double bottom here. Now notice that the ES went negative. And remember we looked at the internal earlier and saying that the advanced decline and also the cumulative tick is positive. And that kind of gives us a clue that this negative territory would not hold. And we are expecting the ES to come back up and be in a positive territory. And as you can see, after this double bottom is put in, and you see that it came back up and it closed near the point of control here, just underneath the daily VWAP. And also looking at this Mini S&P 500 market profile, you see it put in a poor high. Now, after it opened up and faded back down, what it did is it took out or resolved these single prints, and also yesterday's poor high came down and tagged this point of control, yesterday's point of control. So for tomorrow, what we could expect is the possibility for the ES to come up, take out this poor high, and work itself up toward this point of control here at 4056.75, and that's the point of control from September 9. The other possibility is that it will come down and dip down here and try to take out this poor low, resolve this poor low, and get into the single print territory left behind from November the 10th. Now let's take a look at the S&P 500 ETF, the SPY. Let's start off with the intraday chart. As you can see, the intraday, it opened gap up and came up and then started to fade. And you see that it sort of trying to balance here until the news about the Russian missile hitting Poland. Then it sold off and came down and went negative. Then it started to balance here to form this double bottom. And then once the double bottom is formed and it pushes back up, then it formed this distribution, and it finished right near the point of control and also the VWAP. And here looking at the daily chart of the SPY, remember from the previous video, we're saying that look forward to hold above this 395 area. And if it could hold above this 395, then we'll be watching for it to move up to this 398 and possibly push into the 400. And if it could stay above the 400, then look for a move toward the upper range of the expected move. And as you can see today, it opened gap up and opened near the 400 level, push up a little bit, and then we found sellers and we got responsive selling and pushes down and came down and back test this 395 and got a bounce off of this this area and came back up to this high volume area near this 398. So for the coming day, for tomorrow, we're basically looking for the possibility of it come back up to this 400. And if it could stay above the 400, then look for a move up toward this upper range of the expected move between 413 and 407 and start filling out this gap here. Okay, that would be the upside scenario. Now for the downside, if it come back and dip below this 395 this time and come back into the zone, then look for it to retrace all the way down to the other side of this zone down here near this 390.66 area and possibly dip into this lower range of the expected move. And if it unable to stay inside of this expected move lower range or pushes back up, then look for the possibility of coming down and start filling this gap, this CPI gap. So that's today's recap. I hope you find it informative and be sure to smash that thumbs up to help me promote this video. Thank you for watching and stay safe.